What's going on, guys? It's Brian here, one of the owners at Elevate Marketing. Before we talk about websites, before we get into SEO, automations, or systems, I want to slow this down and explain why this even exists in the first place. Because if you don't understand the why, the rest of this video might sound like marketing talk, and that's not what this is. I like to start this off by saying I truly believe God put me in this position to help people, and I don't say that lightly. I definitely do not say it to sound a certain way. In fact, this entire journey started because my dad's handyman business was struggling and failing. I watched it firsthand. Long days, physical work, honest labor, the kind of work when you're exhausted at the end of the day, but you know you did right by people. What always stuck with me was this: the quality of his work was never the problem. It wasn't effort, it wasn't skill, and it definitely was not integrity. Now, the problem was visibility. The problem was consistency. The problem was that when work slowed down, there was nothing reliably bringing jobs in, and when work backed up, there was nothing protecting opportunities from slipping through the cracks. And that pressure doesn't just stay at work, it follows you home. You're thinking about money when you're with your family, you're checking your phone late at night, you feel guilty when you rest and stressed when you work. Most contractors don't want to be rich. They want stability. They want to breathe. They want to know that one slow month isn't going to undo years of hard work. That's the real reason that this exists. This isn't about doing more. It's about building something that actually holds up even when you're not pushing nonstop. Right now on the screen, you're looking at the entire money playbook board. Before we zoom into anything, I want you to understand this at a high level. Every red arrow you see connects one step to another. This is not a collection of tools. This board represents the full journey of how a stranger becomes a paid customer. A lot of contractors already have pieces of this. Some have a website, some have Google reviews, some have Facebook pages. Some might answer their phone well. But pieces do not create results. Systems create results. Revenue doesn't happen in one moment, it happens across a sequence. Someone doesn't wake up and hire you instantly. They move through trust, clarity, and confidence. If any step in that sequence is weak, the job goes somewhere else. This board exists to remove randomness. Instead of hoping people figure it out on their own, each step answers the question they're already asking at that moment. This is why this isn't a pick what you want setup. It's built as a whole. Because income doesn't flow in pieces, it flows when everything connects. Let's start on the left side of the board. This is where most contractors don't understand what a website is supposed to do. A website is not an online business card. It's not something that you're just supposed to have. A website is the sales asset. People don't carefully read websites. They scan, they skim, they decide within seconds whether they trust you or not. So this website isn't built to collect interest. It's built to qualify intent. The structure matters more than the design itself. This isn't preference, it isn't style, it's psychology. Reducing virtual noise can help create focus. Focus helps create clarity, and clarity makes decisions easier. When someone is about to spend thousands of dollars on concrete, roofing, or construction work, perception matters. A clean, intentional structure subconsciously communicates stability and professionalism. And that matters because trust happens before the conversion. This site answers one question immediately. Can I trust this company with a job I'm ready to pay for? When that answer is clear, the next step happens naturally. And that step is a booked job, not a maybe. Here's the part that most people don't talk about. When your website doesn't do the job, you become part of the system. You explain everything, you sell everything, you chase everything. That's exhausting. It means every estimate feels heavy, every call feels urgent, every slow week feels stressful. A real sales asset removes pressure from you personally. It filters out the wrong people and attracts the right ones. So when you finally talk to someone, you're not convincing them. You're legit. You're discussing scope, timing, and price. That's how your business stops draining you and starts supporting you. Now, let's talk about the call to actions on this website. A call to action isn't a button, it's a decision point. When someone lands on your website, they're already in motion. They're already considering spending money, but that moment is fragile. If the next step isn't obvious, they hesitate. If they hesitate, they leave. If they leave, and when they leave, they usually don't come back. Most contractor websites assume people will figure it out, but homeowners don't want to think, they want to be guided. Clear call to actions remove friction. They answer the unspoken question: what am I supposed to do next? And just as important, not everyone wants to take action the same way. Some people want to call immediately. Some people want to fill something out quietly. Some people want to message first before committing. And that's why we have these AI chats. When you only offer one option, you unintentionally turn away money-ready buyers. That's why this system always includes multiple clear ways to move forward. Not to create more conversations, but to protect closed jobs from slipping away due to timing, hesitation, or confusion. Especially in contracting, where your availability doesn't always line up with the homeowner's decision moment, call to actions help bridge that gap. Now let me slow this part down, because this is where a lot of confusion comes from. Google's job isn't to promote businesses. Google's job is to answer questions. When a homeowner searches for something, they're asking very specific questions. Who can do this service in this area right now? Here's the mistake most contractors make. They try to answer every question on one page. When everything is crammed onto one page, Google doesn't clearly understand what that business actually specializes in. Service pages solve that problem. Each service page answers one clear question, one service, one intent, one purpose. That clarity is what Google awards over time. This isn't about tricks or hacks, it's about alignment. Whenever your website is structured the same way people search, Google naturally places it in front of the right buyers. And those buyers aren't browsing, they're ready to hire. These are money-ready homeowners, not tire kickers. This is how work stops feeling random. Instead of hoping someone finds you, your business shows up on purpose when demand already exists. One of the hardest things for contractors is inconsistency. Some months feel great, other months feel scary. That emotional whiplash is exhausting. Service pages create momentum, momentum creates consistency, and consistency gives you control. When work becomes predictable, fear fades. You stop underpricing, you stop chasing bad leads, you stop saying yes out of desperation. That's when your business starts working for you instead of against you. Now, a lot of people don't understand that service pages are one of the core foundations to making this strategy work. Now, what do service pages do? Service pages feed into your SEO, your search engine optimization, and they slowly help you rank up, going from red on the graph to being seen. That's where you see the green come in. Now, this is where most contractors feel results before they fully understand them. When your business starts showing up in the top 3 map results, something shifts. The calls feel different, the conversations feel shorter. Homeowners talk to you like you're already verified, and that's because in their mind, you are. About 70% of local service clicks go to the top 3 businesses on Google Maps. Not page 1, not scrolling, the top 3 on the Google map. This matters because people searching here aren't searching anymore. They're choosing. They've already decided the service. They've already decided the budget. Now they're deciding who. If your business isn't present at that moment, you're invisible, no matter how good your work is. This isn't about ranking. It's about being present when decisions are made. And here's something most people don't realize. Map visibility isn't binary. You don't just rank or not rank. It spreads. You rank for one service in one area and then another service in a nearby area. That's when you see the grid slowly turn from red to green. It isn't instant, it compounds. And unlike ads, it doesn't reset every month. That compounding effect, that compounding effect is what creates predictability, and predictability is what removes fear. When your business becomes visible constantly, it doesn't just change your calendar, it changes how you feel. You stop checking your phone with anxiety. You stop wondering if tomorrow will be slow. You stop taking jobs you don't want to take just to keep cash flowing. Confidence replaces desperation. You quote differently, you choose better clients, you protect your time. And that spills into your personal life. You're more present, you're less distracted, you're not constantly carrying financial stress in the background. This is what systems are really about, not growth for growth's sake, but peace of mind. Now let's talk about what happens once visibility starts flowing. This is where a lot of businesses actually break. More volume doesn't automatically mean better results. In fact, bad volume can be way worse than no volume. Tire kickers, unqualified requests, people with no budget or no urgency. That stuff wastes time, drains energy, and burns you out. This system is designed to filter all that out before anyone reaches out to you. Every request comes in structured, every opportunity is logged, and every serious buyer is separated from the noise. By the time something reaches your phone, it's not a vague inquiry, it's a real job request with context. That changes how you show up because you're no longer reacting, you're responding. Bad jobs cost money, they cost patience, they cost motivation, they make you resent work you once enjoyed. This system here protects you from that. It prioritizes quality over quantity, and instead of chasing everything, you focus on the jobs that are worth doing for people who respect your time and your work. That's how burnout gets replaced with sustainability. Now, let's talk about this AI assistant. This isn't automation just for the sake of automation. This exists for one of three reasons. Nothing serious slips through. Missed calls, delayed replies, and forgotten follow-ups quietly kill revenue. Not because you don't care, but because you're busy working. Every serious buyer gets an immediate response with this. Every opportunity gets acknowledged, and every conversation stays warm. This assistant does not replace you, it protects you. While you're on the job, your system is working. While you're with your family, the system is working. And while you're asleep, the system is still working. That's how opportunities stop dying silently. When the lead goes through from your website, it gathers all these details every time. First name, phone number, email, address, service needed, and when and how soon they need it or what their budget is. Once they opt in, the AI assistant will manually respond to every lead, gather all the details, and book an appointment for you to come and walk through. Now, what reaches you isn't chaos. It's a clean message. Name, service, availability, no sorting through junk, no guessing, no chasing. This is what allows contractors to scale without losing control. Like we mentioned, not everybody wants to opt in the same way. Let's say somebody calls you. This AI assistant will answer the call, gather the same details, and deliver it to you in the same way. When someone opts into the AI chat, the AI assistant that we set up for you is also connected to the same lead capture system, so you can get the same clean delivery every time, no matter how they come in. Now let's keep this grounded. If this system brings you just 2 or 3 additional closed jobs per month, real jobs, not maybes, what does that mean? For most contractors, that's an extra 10,000, 20,000, even 30,000 over a short period of time. Not by working longer hours, not by gambling on ads, not by hiring more people, but by capturing work that was already looking for you. That's why this matters. Most contractors don't fail because they're doing everything wrong. They fail because they're doing things right, but nothing is connected. A website without SEO is invisible. SEO without conversion leaks money. Conversion without follow-ups loses jobs. And follow-up without filtering will waste your time. This board exists because every part solves the weakness of the part before it. That's why the arrows matter. Here at Elevate, we don't sell pieces, we don't sell tactics, we build systems. I'll end this where I started. This didn't begin with marketing, it began with watching someone I respect struggle unnecessarily despite working harder than most people ever will. Through God, I was guided to learn the skills that fix that problem, and I believe I'm called to share that. Not everyone needs this, not everyone is ready for this. But if your work is solid, your reputation is good, and the only thing missing is consistency and structure, this playbook is made exactly for you. This concludes episode 1 of the Money Playbook. I'll be looking forward to seeing you again. In the next few episodes, I'll be breaking down this board piece by piece so you can fully understand how this works.